Yo, what's going on, my guys? It's your boy Yankee Trace back with another video. How's everybody doing? Hopefully, everybody's having a phenomenal weekend, a phenomenal day, and happy holidays. All these holidays in November, Black Friday, Thanksgiving, Christmas is coming. It's time for us to make some money to buy the gifts for the family. You already know, man. If you don't know now, you know. You feel me? So, the purpose of this video today is showing you guys how I make money. How I make I made like $1,000 in these two setups, right? Sometimes you can have losses, and it's normal. You know what I'm saying? And also, I love. Let me see if I'm recording. I love the way I've been tracking everything down. You know what I'm saying? I've been tracking, I call it journaling. When you track like your progress, you got a journal to become the best trader that you can be in reality. And so I can explain. Once I take your mentality, when you take an L, right? You need to analyze. Oh, what did I lose? Because most of the time, there's a reason that you lose. The thought process, the journaling. Sometimes in trading, you just need to analyze why why you lose. Sometimes can be the setup, but most of the time it's psychological. The problem, right? Sometimes you was not even supposed to be in the setup, you know, but you being like chasing the mark and being like a little desperate, you just end up negative for the week. So for this setup, I learned a lot for this setup over here. We're gonna talk a little bit about psychology, but we're gonna talk a little bit about what was my thought process about getting these two setups. You know what I'm saying? This one and two. This, and we're gonna explain, you know, this L that I took over here. All right, good. So I learned about this setup that I used to open like one. I open for this setup in a specific one position. Most of the time, I'm big taking partial. Partial is like, let's say you put $100 for the trade, right? So instead of open one position, the last size that is equivalent to $100, instead of opening one last size. So let me see. Position size, my apologies. Instead of opening one position size, I was supposed to open like, let's say, three position size. Instead of one position size of 100, I was supposed to place three position. Instead of $100, right? I placed three position of $30, which is equivalent to 100, the same thing. So let's say over here that day I did something wrong and I learned from that, right? That's why I come with all these big nicest ideas because like I'm a I'm going to criticize myself and make myself better. Let's say if you ask me for an advice, yo, Yankee, look, I'm doing this wrong. Like I don't know what's going on. We can have a conversation and probably we can, figure things out. Be open to criticism. Like I love criticism. Um, yeah, psychology is a big topic in trading, and I don't want people to neglect psychology in this channel because psychology, basically, trading is not that hard, right? Trading is, as I spoke in previous video, it's not complicated. It's a skill set in psychology. So most of the time we gotta talk about psychology because psychology is basically the approach is like 60% mental. You gotta know like every approach mental and what are the tools that we're gonna take to war. Yeah, if we're gonna fight with somebody, we gotta bring everything possible to win the war, right? Hopefully you get it. Okay. Anyways, so this position, I opened one. Guess what? When the market was here, right, it was 6 o'clock. Most of the time, I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I was supposed to, let's say, take two position. It even though I went low risk, which I believe it was like 200 or 300. If I would have took partial here, but I had like one position open only, boom. And guess what? My analysis was wrong, but I couldn't. I could have, you know, not lose like a lot of money because if I took partial, I would be in a better spot. You know, I can call these this L this loss. I can call this loss learning. The importance of taking partials. I can call that video like that. The importance of taking partial. You can know how to take partial. Boom. That's that. Let's say I lost $300 that day. I don't remember, and I don't care. All I know is that I learned from this setup that I need to open multiple position. I have a whiteboard and everything, and I wrote that shit down. You feel me? So then a couple of days later, I knew that the market was bullish since he stopped me out over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so if he's changing the structure, excuse me. So I was like, the market made a lower low, but then broke this lower high, making a new high. Then I was still in that setup, but like I just been learning some new ways to enter the market for me to capitalize more from the market, and I think I was desperate, like a little bit desperate to be in the market because I wanted to try this type of setup, but then I'm gonna explain you why you can take this setup. There's like a time and a place for everything. Alright? Anyways, so when it took me out, right? I was like, but look, the market is now breaking highs. So maybe I gotta change my buys. Instead of sales, what am I gonna look in a uptrend? Buys, right? So boom. And I was like, the market I think is bullish. Bullish is up, right? And I mark my chart like that, right? Boom. So and this is what happened. It's starting new. So look what happened. I've been telling you, guys, look. I gotta show you the levels that are really important for you to understand the uptrend. Look, just look at these bullet points. This is like your best friend for you. Look, are you seeing this high? Just put a bullet point in here. That means most of the time those are like levels of reaction when the market corrects. When the market corrects, right? Most of the time those are gonna be like our best friend because those are like our entry levels. My throat is dry. Yeah. Okay. So give me 1 second. I'm pausing this shit. Okay. Okay, so look, as I was saying, the highs and the lows is basically your best friend because look, you just gotta mark the bullet points here at the high. I want you guys to have this exercise at home, so where you can mark because literally trading this is what it's about. Look, lows, highs, lows, highs, lows. When it makes a lower low, a higher low, then you gotta know that the market is getting. You gotta wait for the market and let the market get ready. So basically, your execution is gonna be the second time, right? So it breaks one time, right? My apologies. It breaks one time. The markets break one time to the upside to the level 41.90. Then it retrace, and then when it make the high low, right? Then when it break and you know that the hourly candle, most of the time I trade in the hourly candle time frame. When you know that the candle close above this level, right? Listen, when you know that the candle close above this area of interest, what do I mean by that? Area of interest means be ready because the market most likely is gonna react the same way, right? It's gonna react bullish to, like, basically literally it's gonna do the same reaction as it did before. It just repeat history. Do not neglect history, like everything in trading matters. I'm not sure this is not like I don't know if this is the best channel, but like honestly, I feel like it's the best channel because, or one of the best channel, like a good channel you can call it, because I wanna be humble about it. You know, it's always good to be humble, like not beefing with people and stuff like that. Like I'm not that type of guy. I wanna stay on my lane. You know what I'm saying? So most of the time the market just react. Look, once it comes one time, make a high over here. You guys know there's a high in this at this level, and then when it retrace, look what I did. I told you before. I told you, right? So from this level, from this level and down, look, are you seeing this level? This level and the market going down. The market is just the sellers are here pushing the market up, right? But now the second time when the market breaks and retrace, correct, and the market make some type of a structure, you gotta think about once the market close above this area, most of the time it's just gonna correct to the same high. Price action is not that difficult. I don't think it's difficult at all. People just come you just gotta fix yourself. It's just like I said, trading is 60% psychology, and the other 40% that I'm gonna teach you throughout my whole life, right? We're here to stay. Heavy money trades to the moon. You already know. So when the market closed in the hourly, I was like, let me see, because I think there's something interesting here. Why? Because, look, market close above the support area. I see a lot of rejection here. One rejection, two touches, right? So look, above this area, when the market is bullish, when the market has like a lot of bullish structure, I know the market can go to this point. But I put my stop loss. I enter the market, put, let's say, the $300, right, straight up, and then I didn't set TP. Most of the time, as a beginner, you guys can set TP from here to here, so you guys can just make money and be good, be done for the day. But since I have like a little bit more experience, you guys will learn what I'm talking about for the future. I'm trying to create like headspace where there's a lot of traders that we talk only traded about trades and trading and all that cool stuff in investing. I want to create that for me, for myself. And also, you guys can make money. While I make money, you guys also can make money. You know, the cake is big enough for everybody. You feel me? There's opportunity for everybody. If people want to stay quiet about it, so be it. Let them stay quiet. What? Me, I'm gonna talk about this here with you. All right. Thank you guys for giving me feedback. I hear a lot of a couple of you texting me, yo, Yankee, how do we do this? How do we do that? How we approach the market better? Look, I wanna talk about it. Like you not doing good? Feel free. Come on, let's talk about it. Come on. What all the stuff we can do for you to improve your trading? If I would have question, I would do the same. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's you against the market, right? You against the market, no one else, right? We can talk about it. Let's schedule a meeting. I'm open. If it's to have a drink outside on a Saturday, don't call me, right? I can tell this to anybody in my family, any friend members. Please, I ain't got time for that. I'm locked in with my traders, with my students, with my people. You already know. It doesn't matter race. My race is humanity, correct? That's my race. You know what I'm saying? Embrace who you are. There's a lot of things in trading that you can learn, correct? Once you learn, I was learning that you gotta fix your discipline because your discipline is what is bringing you consistency. Once you fix yourself, you can become a better trader, and that's when you can execute at the right time because you are so disciplined that you don't lose the money. It's like you learn also how to avoid bad trades like this one. Like this one, I was in my head, I was like practicing a setup, but like this is not when you in the market with money, that's not the time to practice, huh? That's not the time to practice. It's time to execute. But it is what it is. I learned for that and I move on because like I overcome I even I don't want to talk about that, but like I overcome anything like really quick. You know what I'm saying? So since I know we are in an uptrend, look, just like I said, the highs, the swing highs are your best friend. I'm gonna repeat that again. The swing highs are your best friend, correct? Swing high. Look, swing high. Let's make this nice and neat, right? Because even in my house, I'm not sloppy. Or I try not to be, you know. High. Boom. Look, new high. We got a new high. New high. So you guys, when you practicing back testing, I need you to send me charts like this. Look, this is what I'm doing, right? This is what I'm doing for in your head. That's what you gotta be thinking. Oh, let me tell my mentor that I'm doing this. Look, and we're gonna practice. This is for free, guys. I'm not charging you anything to you or nobody else, right? This is there's a couple of family members over here is watching these videos, right? There's friend of mine watching these videos. There's a lot of people that I know, and if I don't know you, you are welcome in this channel, okay? Good, good, good. Okay, so let's continue. So when the market is bullish, right? What do I mean when the market is bullish? We know that the market broke one time to this point, right? Okay, we're gonna keep it simple. We don't like math problems, neither do I. I don't like I hate math also. I wanna keep nice and simple. It's not I don't think trading is like that hard like as everybody think. People just overcomplicate it, right? I just make freaking $1,000 really quick, and I don't even risk a lot of money. Look, in this setup, I risk like $200, and what like 1 to 4, $200, and he give me $500 because I took some partial like before. You know what I'm saying? I secure some money. Worst case scenario, like I don't lose, and I still have money. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened with this setup. But look, Let me show you what happened here. What was the reason why I took this trade, right? Most of the time, I just let market breathe, but like I knew, I was confident in this setup. Look, so are you seeing this rejection? Even a couple of people on Instagram, they knew I've been catching like everything. With heavy money trade are catching everything, bro. I'm telling you, locking now before it's too late. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just say you job. No lie, I hate my job also. I work in the afternoon, but I also hate my job. Like I'm stacking money, stacking money, stacking money, so I can trade with more capital instead of 200. There's gonna be one time that I'm gonna put fucking sorry 10K in a trade, and boom, we're not coming back. It's not coming back. My God. Anyway, so boom, the market closed when the blue candle closed above the horizontal line. That's how we mark the trade, right? When the blue market closed the horizontal line, that's when I go to welcome to this subject, a smaller time frame. Welcome to a smaller time frame. A smaller time frame. Congratulations. So time, hold on, this here is killing me. Welcome a smaller time frame. Okay, what are time frames? Look, are you seeing this? When I say that I trade um in the hourly time frame, it's because most of the time, every time I'm looking for setup, most of the time this is the time frame that I trust the most. This is how I analyze the most of the time. For now, you can just understand that. I'll be most of the time in the hourly time frame. That's the time frame that I trust the most. So look, so how do I change my time frame? It can be a little bit confusing at the beginning, but look, most of the time it says 1 hour. So what I did was changed instead of an hour or 40, 45, 30, 15, 10, 5, 3. I don't go below 3. Either I use 5, 10, 15, 30. I don't use 45 at all, neither. Like I don't care about this time frame at all. I do care, but I don't. I'm crazy. Anyways, so let me see. What was it? So 24, so we got time. Okay, so boom. So that's what happened. Welcome to the time frame. I went to, I believe it was 15 minutes. Oh, there you go. And look what happened in 15 minutes. Look what happened. I took this trade. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. So look, I took this setup. I wake up. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I woke up, that this setup was like a slap in the face. Most of the time, I just like analyze like 1,000 times. You know what I'm saying? But this one, when I woke up at 6, it took me like, I think the market was here, and I just like waited for the market like to come to this area, like um to retest this area here. All I know is that I enter at this level and place my stop loss here. So from here to here, basically, it's a 1, 2, 3, which is a decent setup. But like most of the time, I don't put TP. Make sure you guys put TP because sometimes as a beginner, you get so emotional. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to avoid that from you. And I call like I think I close here, somewhere like this, somewhere around this because the market shoots up to freaking 4207. I remember it was like last week. 207, and then the market like retrace a little bit, and that's when I close like around here. I can show you all the proof and everything. I love transparency, and say what you mean and mean what you say. You gotta stay by your word. Like whatever you tell a person is that whatever you telling a person. If you say it's blue, it's blue. If you say blue and then change the subject that is freaking yellow, you know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure you're a street talk. You gotta make sure you're a real nigga. You feel me? We ain't playing out here, boy. Okay, so in the street, like you gotta stay by your word, bro. Like whatever you speak, you gotta put weight on it on that. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, right. So I enter here. I put like $200. Took a couple of partials here, and then. But anyway, I'm gonna show you what happened here. I saw that there was a clear high in high time frame, which is an hour. I don't analyze like in this hour in the smaller time frame at all. Like sometimes it just get crazy and blow your mind sometimes. Okay, so I saw that in the hourly charts, um, the market made a clear high. As you can see, you are seeing the market just made a clear high, right? Boom. We know that every time the market breaks one time to the above and make a new high, you already know that the second time, right? When it retraces, this whole time, I don't recommend you to trade out of session either. That once you back test long enough, you will understand that trading out of session is like not sustainable. The market breaks so much structure, making you lose, I could say 80% of the setup. 80% that I took out of session, boom, it just hit my stop loss. I never did. So guess what? That's basically whatever whatever currency pair. In this case, it's a metal, which is gold, right? So this instrument, you already know like the sentiment of it. You know the foundation of this instrument. So for me, I don't trade out of session. I can tell you like whole lot of one of these days. I'm just gonna show you my whiteboard. My whiteboard is basically all the ammunition that I take with me to war. You feel me? To they are ready, like the market's ready against people. Guess what? I'm ready to shoot back. Like I'm ready to shoot back. I'm not staying quiet. Like I'm ready to to go back at them. Like I don't care. And I don't hold on, pause. I don't want you guys to like misunderstand what I'm saying, because probably you're gonna think that I'm just, oh, I need my money back, boom, and blow the account. I don't want you to do that. Okay? For me, not every setup I don't reach the same amounts in every setup. Some setups are like for me worthy to put my money to reach more money. So look, I have my whiteboard, I have all my rules. You know what I'm saying? Psychology. Most of the time, this is not setup. This is psychology. I told you it's 60%. You know what I'm saying? Like all my rules in trading, you gotta go into the market. Like there's no way you can go empty-headed to the market. You just gotta, come with all the ammunition. Build a freaking office. That's why most traders have an office, and they have like they ready to execute. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna talk a little bit about psychology. But so, so this is what happened. This is what happened. Look, the market when the market retrace, right? When the market corrected, as you can see here, one trait, one detail that made me realize that the market don't wanna continue anymore. That's what I'm telling. That's what I told you, guys. Everything in trading matters. Time frame, right? Heights, lows. You know what I'm saying? Everything matters. You gotta pay attention to that. Look, you are seeing here that the market those just don't wanna continue coming down. It's just going up and up and up. That's how the market move. If it's in an uptrend, focus yourself on going up. Look, support level, support level. When the market made a high low, it's just support. Look, support. How do I copy that? There you go. So let me see, Control C. So boom, it just make another support. How do you? Come on. I know that. I got that. Boom, support again. Look, market is rejecting here. Look what happened. Look what happened here. Even though it was like out of session. I could see that in lower time frame. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, boom. Once it broke that level, like there's another way for me to catch stuff like this. There's another way. But anyways, I'm not gonna explain that now because that was out of section regardless. So look, here you are seeing rejection price come in the 15 minutes time frame. Boom, rejects, and the market close at 41.60. Then it made a lower low, then made a swing high. It came again to this low, right? But again, it was there was like a lot of rejection, meaning the price looked like it just don't want to continue to that. But that's like another confirmation of myself. Like, look, there's a lot of rejection for you to tell you that you can take something like this. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, when I say when the market is reversing, you can call it like that. When the market is ready to reverse, correct? So look, you gotta you gotta follow basically price action. So everything is I have seen so much price action that for me, like I just peep at the market what I just wanna do like from the junk, like one shot. Correct? So look what happened here. You can go, let's say your main focus is to be in the hourly time frame. And your best friend sometimes tells you that the market is ready. This is your best friend. Best friend one, best friend two. You know what I'm saying? After this level, just market just react bullish because we are in a what? In an uptrend. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so look, market rejected this area. So boom, you can like mark your support area. Please do not trade forex. I hate forex. There's two things that I hate the most: forex and US 30, and and bitcoins and crypto. I don't, bro. I think this is the way to go, man. Anyways, boom, market rejected here, made us swing, made us swing high here, right? So for you in the smaller time frame, it's the same concept. Once you saw this swing height, right? Once you saw this swing high, you're gonna throw there you horizontal line. Look, look what the market did in an uptrend. You see, you are checking this swing high, made a swing low, rejection. When it breaks, the market breaks above this swing low, this swing high. My apologies. break one time, that means it's not ready yet. And it still is what? Out of section. You shouldn't be trading out of section. So look, hold on. The market, boom, lower low, lower high, sorry, high high, high low. When the market broke once, what are we waiting for? To break a second time, right? And this is what happened. The market, when it came and retraced, basically what the market is telling you here, look, what the market is telling you is like, hey, look, after this area, after this swing high, it has potential to go to this high. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened here. Look, the second times the market comes to the other to this side, right? So look, the second time also always what the hell? Okay, so always is the second time. Boom, the second time when the market retraces, and the second time that's what your entry should be at. If you are awake at 6 o'clock, you can definitely put $200 here at this price action and target the high because you already know that when the market is bullish in a small time frame, right? The second time it has like potential to go from here to here, but us, since we know that in the hourly time frame is bullish, we target this area. And that's what happened. That's why I took this entry, and that's how I made like $500. To make a lot of money, you don't need to risk a lot of money. You just gotta enter at the right time, correct? And that's what happened here, right? Okay, so y'all learn about the best friend and everything, but make sure you let the candle close first in the hourly so you can see what's going on. Sometimes you don't practice and stuff like that, back testing, but in real market, you have practiced so much back testing that this is like eating chewing candy, basically. That's what it means. So 38. So okay, boom. So last one is how do I do that? So replace. Anyway, let me fast forward really quick, and this is what happened. Look. Aha, got him. I'm gonna explain this one really quick because most of the time I do 40 minutes. Okay. Okay, boom. So most of the time when I'm back testing, I put my timing in 1 up per second because I like the speed of the candle. I like it really like slow, which help me which help my mentality to simulate the back testing to simulate real time movement. You know what I'm saying? Real time momentum. That's why like basically sometime when I'm back testing I'm feeling that I'm basically trading live because he just moves similar. Okay, so this is what happened again. Are you seeing this setup? This is the same thing that happened here. Nothing crazy. Same thing. Nothing more. Same thing. Huh? So I have seen so much time for look. Same thing. Market broke once to what level? Market most of the time just repeat history. Like I believe 80%. You can say 85%. It just repeat history. Okay, boom. I know that this is a high for me. I'm like, next time the market turns bullish, after what? My bullet point, my best friend. I'm ready to execute to the upside again. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta come with the right mindset, with the right mentality, and put your money in. Once the market breaks above, and also breaks above on the second time, right? The market went to this level to 42.56, then retrace to the area of interest, right? Area of interest or entry level. Okay. Area of interest. I can spell today. Interest or entry level. Okay. I hope you guys got a notebook or something like that because, bro, take some notes, bro. Take all the weapon, take all the ammunition to freaking, you know, fight with the market. You're gonna need it. I also fight with the market with my whiteboard. Okay, boom. Guess what? This setup, it was 2 o'clock when that confirmed. So I was like, the setup looked like this. Okay, boom. I was like, the market is at a level of interest for me. Let me see. Just the same thing, guys. Please, nothing crazy. Don't tell me that you cannot do this. Do not tell me that you cannot do this. I'm here at the level of my best friend, which is this high, right? Throw my horizontal line, and now I'm like, the market was forming, came to this area. Most of the time, the market just react bullish, react to the same, do the same thing up. So when the market came, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Hmm. But Yankee, look, the market, you said that the market, once it comes to this level and it just break, maybe we just can place a trade. Hmm. Should I do that? Well, this is the perfect setup for you. Why? Because that's good that you guys are thinking with your head because I love it. You know why it's not a good idea to put your money in there? I'm gonna show you why. Watch. Okay, let's say that day. Look, and I told you the second time the market closed above your best friend, right? The market, let's say, closed above your best friend, which is the entry level. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I have the answer for that. I do have the answer. Look, in this case, as I was telling you, the market's making a low here, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Okay? You see what the market, we just got, for us to enter the market, we gotta see something like this. For example, hold on. Let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase that. Hold on. For us to enter the market, we gotta have something like boom. And the second time, after this level, just as we saw over here in this area of interest, correct? All right. So once the market goes like this, we throw our horizontal line, which means change of structure. Now, when the market breaks one time and break this level also, you in your head you can be like, but if the market broke this this lower high, hold on, lower low, this lower high, correct? If the market broke this lower high one time, that means it's indicating that market has potential to go to the upside, right? That it just don't want to continue going down. If it breaks, because most of the time, let me explain. Because most of the time, market just respect its structure, right? Most of the time, market doesn't want to break the levels. You know what I'm saying? It just want to continue. The market, most of the time, the market move like this, but it's just to um to take out people that don't know how to trade, that are gambler and are not in our team. Heavy money trade to the moon. You feel me? Okay. So look, once we know that the market has potential and it breaks the high low, the lower high. My apologies. When the market break the lower high one time, it has a lot of potential. What we're gonna do after that? The second time, always is the second time, right? When the market break once and then come to this area, right? Most of the time, that's how it's gonna go, right? And then the second time, boom, that's what your entry should look like. At the second time, right? Look, when it just changes structure, it's not that difficult. When it just like the area of your best friend, when the market just go like that, look, the lower high, when it breaks one time, you just gotta be just in your head like getting ready for you to execute. Do not enter before, do not enter after. All right. Okay, just at the perfect time, you just gotta execute. When it's time to execute, boom, we just gonna you just like you done for the day. You just basically placing you entry. Once you put that money in, that means you done for the day. That's the- that's how it gotta be your mentality, correct? So once you put your money here at this price, 41 41.97, you just gotta target this level, 42.56. That's what I did. And the stop loss should be behind this structure. Most of the time, people, ICC members, put it right here. I like to be safe. I hate to lose. I like to be safe. Most of the time, I put it right here. That tells me your position is definitely 1,000% wrong. So walk away. Don't be in the market. You're done for the day. All right. So boom. I'm not trying to make it long because like I know like I'm over 40 minutes already. So this is what happened. I come. I always say stay in the hourly time frame, but guess what I did to confirm if the market's ready. Same thing. Go to 15 and what the market was doing. Look. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. It never broke this lower high. It never broke this lower high. And the second time to keep going up, it never did that. That's why I didn't enter. So if he goes like this, I know this is like a little advanced, but it's gonna happen. It gotta happen like sometime, right? So better now than later. Boom. And let me just fast forward a little bit. So that day, basically, I didn't trade because market was not confirmed. And guess what? I was just chilling, vibing, knowing that that was a lower low instead of a confirm. Ooh, you saw what happened. That's why I told you, enter at the right time. Let's say if you didn't know, if you didn't know what you were doing, because I'm trying to tell you to enter at the right time. At the right time. Don't be like trading stuff like this when you know you can lose your money. You're just gonna the model I'm explaining is for you to win. Okay? And maybe this video is gonna be too long. But damn. Anyways. So look. So this setup, you know what? I'm gonna explain this setup in the next video. Thank you guys for being here. I love you. Thank you for the feedback that you guys tell me. That make me, um, that motivates me to go really hard for you, to keep grinding for you. I'm doing it for me. so I can become a better trader. This is a weapon, the microphone. Building relationship, building a better community instead of creating a group where you go outside and it's like empty, just like drinking with no reason of celebration, smoking, doing all that nonsense. Bro, I'm not there. Don't call me. Please don't call me. If you're my friend, don't call me. All right? Guys, with that being said, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for everything, you guys. If you have any question, holla at me. We can do a Zoom meeting and we can talk for 40 minutes. All right? Maybe 30 minutes. Give you, help you. Some rich, some rich, some people that are trying to be rich ask their mentor, hey, let me buy you some coffee. Teach me something. Yo, take advantage of that. You feel me? With that being said, guys, thank you so much for being here. Peace.